All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Great Millstone of Virginia. As always, to give you latest news, articles, lessons to the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And as first and foremost, as always, when to give all praises, glory, and honor due to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kokodash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who walk with you that the truth, and of course, peace and blessings and salutation to you. I come out there to spin this truth throughout the full course of the earth, since they did their best of their ability to scatter the full course of the earth. With them to say shalom. And of course, we're going to start with sirach, the 10th chapter. We're just going to go through the spirit.
Oh, you said 20 or?
I was chapter 10 from the top.
10 from the top, okay. Let's Ecclesiasticus or sirach 10 and 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. You know, and this is going into your wise leaders that come about and pretty much to instruct you and to guide you, you know, in the ways of righteousness and through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You know, our wise leaders so happen to be the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, you know, who through the spirit we believe have the 100% true doctrine. You know, nobody else is coming out and telling you, hey, the things to be mindful of, hey, the things that aren't good for you, you know, reproving and rebuking you, you know, making sure you're doing all you can to conduct yourself to get salvation, you know. That's the kind of wise leader that sirach 10 is going into, you know.
That's right, man, because, you know, because we, the men of the Lord, you know, the Lord gave us a mission, man, to go out and preach His word, man, and to set order throughout the full course of the earth, man. Look, man, that we're able to tell you that order is about to be established soon, man. Okay, as of right now, as you can see, the world's in chaos and it's raised out of order, and it's a lawless society, man. You know, and the laws that's in society are not just, man.
Right.
You know, where you have murderers, pedophiles, and anything that's contradicting the scriptures is walking among the midst freely, man. You know, and the Lord hates that, man. The Lord sees that, man, and then we see it, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. I mean, we say it every day, man. You know, especially to so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know that the Constitution was not made for you, that you're still 3/5 of a human being. You know, that there's a thing called white privilege, man. You know, it's out there every day, man. You know, and there's nothing you can do about it, man. Because what? We in captivity, man. You know, we pay unjust taxes, man. You know, we're servitude, man. You know. But meanwhile, though, like I said, even though we're in captivity, we still gotta do what it means we gotta do. Like I said, we're still gonna stop and say, hey, look, the kingdom has come, man. You know. And like I said, you know, and this goes to what also I was gonna add on. This also goes to what we expounded on yesterday, man, about how, like I said, this devil has basically destroyed the family structure, man. You know, single motherhood. You know, kids out of wedlock, kids doing monstrous things. You know, there's no discipline, man. When there's no discipline, what happens? You get chaos, man. As you can see, man, chaos is all over the place. What's the scripture says in Proverbs? It says, when the righteous are on authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people are more, man. So what? So even these other countries, even though, you know, I mean, they still have their laws, but it's not fully established, man. You know, unless it goes to the confines of the soul devil, man. You know, that's why what this devil, you know, talks about having a chapter seeking, you know, ESL is not satisfied. When he goes to every country, you know, citing number what? There are democracies, man. You know, and as you can see, this is what happens, man. And what happens, and it says in Jeremiah, it says, well, you have drunken the wine of Babylon, therefore the nations are mad. And that's why these nations are mad, man. You know, because what? America spitches whoredom, spitches philosophies, spitches wine throughout the full course of the earth, man, to the point that, as you can see now, you know, now you got certain places where women can drive, man.
You got they push that juice so much throughout the world to the point where now they're making examples out of certain women that go over to Dubai and then try to push that westernized way, because they over it on that side at this point. Like you said, the nations are mad. You know, I mean, they going into they've had enough of this. They realize that America has become as weak as them, and they can start to do things their own way. You know. You want me to continue on?
Let me get this right quick. And I want to respond to you about the elders too, so let me get that. This is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1. It says, rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and as a younger man as brethren. know. And it says, an elder woman as mothers and younger as sisters with purity, you know. So what, you know? So, you know, I'm talking about the ones that, you know, that well established, man. You know, when you're supposed to treat them, man.
Yeah.
You know. And then when we read down, it says, verse 17, it says, let the elders that rule well count it worthy of double honors, especially who labor in the word and in doctrine, man.
That's it.
You know, we already know what that's talking about, man. That's why we say double honors.
Yep.
So that was a great millstone, man. You know, because what, they're the ones that have been pushing, laboring this truth for 3 decades, man. Still going hard, man.
Yep.
You know, and that's who we aspire to be like, man. You know.
Yep. Hey, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you know, they still push that, and they push that narrative on us. You know, if you coming in, you know, hey, be apt to teach. You know, don't come in and just expect to just learn and then that be good enough, you know, because you got other groups where they'll have a huge congregation, you know, but they're only their top leaders are doing anything. So you have a bunch of sideline guys who really ain't doing much in the truth, not doing much to build themselves up, not feeding the sheep as the scriptures told them to do so, so on and so forth, to the point where, they going against those leaders are going against the scriptures because they not pushing to bring in more teachers, you know. With the scriptures say the harvest is plenteous but the laborers are few. So you're supposed to be out there, you're supposed to be teaching, you're supposed to be pushing this thing, you know.
That's right. Yeah, you're supposed to be set the example, man.
Yeah.
You know, and trust me, like I said, throughout the phone calls, everybody's watching this, man.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, like I said, we will be out there, man. You know, we will be televised, man. You know, you know, I mean, we shall be mocked. You know, we shall be ridiculed. You know, for of course, you know, for false witness, man. You know, that showed what? Because what it says, what you shall have enemies and something like that on the left side, and you shall have the non-believers, the non-believers and the believers, man.
Yeah.
You know, just like during the time of Yahweh Shai, man.
Yep.
You know, that was pretty much it on that.
Yeah, that's how the Lord's gonna sift out the house of Israel as well, you know, even within the sect of knowing you're an Israelite, you know.
That's right, man.
Because you know, that sifting process is happening right now, you know, because we at the time where now is the best time to like you always say, to build your spiritual bank account, you know. Go ahead and put those treasures in heaven, you know. Hey, but if you on the fence, you know, and you still on this side, you going back and forth. Hey, once this little bit of comfort you have gained on this side is taken away, you know, that half portion that you could have gave, you know, fully to the Lord, it might not be enough, you know. So the Lord's gonna sift out a lot of individuals because of they will to do all they can at this time, you know.
That's right. You go ahead.
This back in Ecclesiasticus 10:2, and it says, as the judge of the people is himself. As the judge of the people is himself, so are the officers. So yeah, like you see today in today's government, you know, they have certain rank and files of power, but it all goes to the head, which is ultimately the elites, you know. But everybody else falls in line under that banner, you know. So they keep the ways of that leader. It says, and what manner of man and ruler of the city is, such as all they that dwell therein. Yeah. And I think this is scriptures where it says, as the ruler, so are the people. That's right.
Know, that's and
so you gonna see that. You see that, and like you were saying earlier, Esau Edom has all of his ways. He has pushed it on the whole world. He's pushed it on the whole world to the point where now you got everybody's like Esau Edom. You got everybody eating medium rare steak, you know. Everybody eating shrimp, crab, and lobster, you know. Everybody and their mama want to be a hunter, you know. The women are defiled, you know. The men want to wear a suit and tie, you know, and try to fit in, you know. What's that saying they say in the world? You talk like a white person.
Yeah,
you know?
I forgot what the scripture says. It says, I forgot what it says about Jacob, you know, about becoming like his oppressor. I forgot what the scripture in my mind.
Yeah, I know it's one said not to envy.
Yeah. I said the water. Yeah, envy thy oppressor. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that's
and choose none of his ways.
That's
you
right.
know, because but Jake do the complete opposite of that. You know, he do all of the ways that Esau eat them. You know.
And sometimes you even do it worse, man. That's what the scripture says. But
yeah.
overpass the deeds of the wicked, man. You can see that, man.
Yep.
Because every time when the devil puts that agenda, who does he use, man? He uses our people, man, to push it forward, man.
Yeah. That's why the hip hop scene has covered the whole world, you know.
Yeah.
Because Jake has forwarded the narrative that Esau wanted Jake to push, you know, just to have that proverb and that byword on us. But at the same time, it's a source of entertainment, you know, of wicked entertainment at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Esau loves it that way, you know.
That's right. I want also just go back a little earlier, man, about the elders as well. But of course, there's another one I found. This is Sirach chapter 8, verse. Let's see. I'm starting verse 4. It says, "Just not with a rude man, lest thy ancestors be disgraced." You know, as you can see, man, to the point, you know, man, you know, for our forefathers right now, back then, you know, some of the ones that, you know, were so, you know, worthy of righteousness, you know, seeing our people today, man, they're like, damn, you know,
For real.
our people messed up, man, you know, especially, you know, the TikTok, man, the ancestors are like, this is crazy, man. I mean, this is what my legacy has basically gone down to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, our children acting like fools and clowns, you know, that's embarrassing, man. You know, we actually put in disgrace, man, you know, to the point that as our people, like I said, our answers don't even matter no more, man. You know, the name, the legacy, and all that stuff. You know, back then, you know, we used to go by your tribe and all that.
Right.
You know, go by my father such and such. I wouldn't disgrace his name, man. You know, all that stuff that really came from us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But as you can see, man, you just, you know, children out of wedlock. You know, like I said, different fathers, different mothers, to the point that the whole seed line is all mixed up in confusion, man.
Yeah.
You know what? And it's become normalized at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we didn't do all this back and forth, you know, adultery like you see today.
Mm-hmm.
And we also kept record, you know, as you were saying, you know, we always had a who this daughter got married to, you know, the lineage of this man, his sons, you know, his children, you know, his tribes, and so on and so forth before then, you know. But to this day, nowadays, younger Jake don't even know who their grandparents are, you know, or their great grandparents, or don't even care to know. You know, the only time Jake will or do any kind of ancestry is if they trying to do ancestry, or if they into some kind of witchcraft, talking about that they channeling their ancestors, you know, while they smoking a blunt.
You funny. You can, yep. And it says, verse 5, "Reproach not a man that turneth from sin, but remember, we all are worthy of punishment." That's right, man. You know, even though, you know, righteous men, of course, we do what we do, you know, we push his word sometimes, you know, but, you know, if you become sincere, whatever, you know, treat him, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, if he's willing to listen, if he's willing to repent, because at the end of the day, like I said, you know what I mean? Because what? You know, we came from that madness, you know. It says in Timothy that what we lust for us, ate for us, love us our own self, but of course through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shah to open our prayer and cause, you know, hey, we came back to righteousness, man. You know, striving to be more righteous than before.
Yep.
Was back in the world, man.
Yep.
You know. And it says, verse 6, "Dishonor not a man in his old age, for even some of us wax old, man."
Yeah.
That's right, you know, because you know, certain men, you know, just old sometimes you can't get it sometimes, you know.
Right.
So, you know, we treat them, you know, we try to do what we can, because, you know, because we got some, great old men, you know, that were in the camp before, you know, and still had some of their ways, man. But, you know, but that's rare in most cases, you know. But usually, you know, the Lord really get somebody that's really young to come in, you know.
Because once you set in your ways, the scriptures talk about them old bottles.
That's right. Yeah,
once you set in your ways, you know, you try to pour this new wine into it, it's gonna burst. You know, they can't really handle this new wine because it's not. They so indoctrinated in this system as we've been going into, you know, as the ruler. So are the people, and they've been so indoctrinated. They like, man, they got Jesus on the brain, you know, the woman on the brain, happy wife, happy life. It's hard for an older cat to come into this truth and really settle in.
Yeah, kind of. You know, and now it makes more sense why sometimes it's sad to say, man, but you know, some of our rebel members are not gonna make it, man. Yeah. You know, they've been stuck in that you know. That matrix for so long, you know, like you said, it was born with it and all that stuff, and You know, they really never had the experience. Some of them really hadn't really experienced what it feels like. That hardcore, that slavery mindset or history, man. Some of them just, some had good lives and good people and say, well, the friends that I had was a gay best friend. He helped me when nobody else did. And, try to tell them.
Yeah.
Ultimately, okay, maybe nice, but at the same time, this is much bigger than him being nice. Just like how we say that they say not every Edomite is bad. It doesn't matter.
Right.
The analogy, right? If you was trapped in the door and you had 1,000 snakes and 300 were good, are you gonna let the rest of the 700? Are you gonna let the 300 out of 700 open that door?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Like I said, it's like the Lord doesn't deal with individuals.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm about to say. Yep. The
Bring
Lord deals with nations.
That's right.
He don't deal with just the individual. We had to go through our punishment as a whole in the nation.
That's right.
Even though even His elect had to go through that punishment as well. So the Lord deals with whole nations. When He divided the inheritance, He didn't divide it by individuals.
That's right.
He divided it by nations.
Yeah. Just like the prophets had to go into captivity.
Yeah.
Daniel, even though he was ranking a high rank, but he still had to go into captivity.
That's it.
Yahweh Shah, he came down perfect man.
There you go.
He had to go to, he was in captivity. He even said what? Burn down the Caesar with Caesars, man, and do what you got to do. Pay your tithes at the end of the day, man.
Yep. So even our Lord, we from the stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and he had to go through the bullshit,
Yeah, kind.
So which just shows you the Lord deals with the nations, So ain't no one good Edomite, At the end of the day, he is of his father,
the
devil.
That's right. God. In verse 7 it says, "Rejoice not over thy greatest enemies being dead, but remember we all die." Okay, I'm not talking about these Edomites, man. They're talking about somebody, that of our nation sometimes. Because sometimes, whatever, man.
Yeah.
But it's kind of different now, man. But they curse at us, and hey, you got to do, F them, man. It is what it is. But we know that, once he passed away, he in his right state of mind. He knows who he is now. He's being back to, his original name. He's back.
Rest.
He's at rest.
Yep.
Okay, and it says, let's make sure. Oh, yeah, verse 9. I want to get to verse 9. And it says, "Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn, understand, and give them answer that needs requiring of." And sometimes, sometimes, the elders do their personal things too, like I said, nobody's perfect, man. But at the end of the day, like I said, nobody was perfect either, but at the end of the day, those, just like at the end of the day, the Lord set those men up at the end of the day, man.
Yeah.
Okay, just because they do, they drink and all that stuff like that, the Lord said, be not curious in unnecessary matters, man. Because at the end of the day, like I said, nobody, got basically anybody. It's like everybody got something, the rug under their shoes, man. Whatever they do in their personal time, man.
We all got a little dirt on their hands.
Yeah,
it's about if you constantly pushing the doctrine, you putting the doctrine over everything. You putting this truth over everything. That's the kind of elder you definitely entreat.
That's right, man.
We got those kind of elders that constantly want to see us further in the truth. They constantly tell us to be on that straight and narrow, take our minds off of this world. Of course, do what we got to do to get our daily bread. But hey, other than that, screw it.
That's right, man. Like I said, hey, our sins is as filthy as rags, man. And the Lord knows that, man. But again, the scripture says just because we are in grace, we continue to sin.
Yeah.
Meaning, no, most often forbid. Meaning, hell no, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you make mistakes, but but are you gonna get your ass back up and repent and keep doing what you gotta do? That's what the Lord want to see. You gotta keep pushing, man. Don't let your over sins, to the point where overtake you, man. And take you out of this truth.
Yep.
That's what you don't want. That's pretty much it. You can go back to verse 10, chapter 10, and start off where you left off.
It's back at verse 3, and it says, "An unwise king destroyeth his people." He says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the cities shall be inhabited. Yeah, and that's what you're seeing right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing the prudent men, you know, the Lord's elect being woken back up. You know, Lord willing, we be of that number. You know, but that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the prudent man foreseeing all these things, shaking the hand in the gate, saying, "Hey, man, this ain't the way. This king is destroying you on all levels and all avenues in your food and your family life.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this ain't a ruler for you. You know, there's a proper king on the way that's coming, and he has justice in his hands. He has power in his hands. You know, and at the end of the day, if you're a Negro, Latino, or Native American of the stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, hey, the next ruling kingdom is for you. You know,
that's right. And you know, even though it's a very small percent, but some of these nations, they know who we are, man. You know, they're crying us. They said, "Come back, come back." Say, "We need you. We need you to govern the area."
So that's real.
Yeah, some of them do know.
Was that the earnest expectation of the creature?
Yeah,
you
wait
know,
for the most
they earnest.
Yeah, even the animals, the trees crying out. They're like, "Come back, man." So we need you, man. They know.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You can see that some of these animals are really crying, man, about, man. I mean, they really hate this devil sometimes. You know, you can see it, man. You know, spirit, you know, created for vengeance, man. You know, these animals are getting tired, man. You know what I mean? Hey, I gotta show you, man. You know what I mean? When the animals and the plants and trees get tired of your ass, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's how you know that you wasn't fit to rule, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole earth is out of course because of the ruler.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. Even says that even when the devil taking the power of the trees, they're gonna rejoice. Yeah. And I mean, I was going to rejoice.
Isaiah 34, it says, since you have gone down, no fella has come up against us. You know, which is when we go into a fella that is going to a guy that chopped down trees. You know, so even the trees, you know, they're gonna be like, man, this devil has, you know, because you know Esau, he constantly chopping down trees for like house production, so on and so forth, to the point where now, hey, all you see is they call it global warming, but hey, man, you just got this man messing up the ozone layer.
Yeah,
you
God.
know?
Yeah, very much. Yeah, God. You know, like I said, it's crazy, man. Like when you see plastic ocean,
right?
Then you know they even have a solution about the trash. You know, I mean, you put inside a fire and you know it creates solar system. I think somewhere in Sweden somewhere.
Right.
But this devil just puts it somewhere in a fucking trash island, man, and just lets it
just let it come there. Yeah.
I forgot the word for it.
Yeah. What do they call them, like trash mounds?
Yeah. Oh, just like mountain trash more, you know?
Yeah, and they cover it up with some grass, man. This place is through, man. This place is through.
Wickedness.
Continue on.
Yeah.
Back in Ecclesiastes 10:4, it says, "The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set up over it one that is profitable."
You know what it's talking about?
Yep.
That's some of the men of the Lord, man. Yep. You know, Lord, one that be one of us, man. You know, once this place be destroyed, man. You know, once we, you know, Lord God, what we do, we gonna come back, man, out of them chariots, man, and establish orders, man, and ultimately put these, you know, we put these nations in chains, man. You know, and in chains, man. It start, hey, going back to hard manual labor, man. You're picking up dead bodies, picking up, you know, concrete, get all this madness up, man. You know, hey, start building the kingdom up, man. You know, by labor, man. You know, it ain't gonna be no quick thing. You know, even though the Lord can't do that, we can do that, but we're not gonna do that. I mean, what's the fun of that? That's why we got these other nations. So, hey, man, that's what the scripture says in continual employment.
Yeah.
You know, man, hey, man, there's gonna be plenty of work to do. Not just here after this. You gotta go to other planets. You know,
we're gonna set things up. Hey, man, the Lord's gonna occupy us in righteousness. You know, we're not gonna get bored. You know how Jake, he'll do something for so long, he'll be like, I'll do something else, and they get bored. Nah, man, we're gonna be for eternity. We're gonna have peace. We're gonna have sovereignty. We're gonna have happiness, and we're never gonna get bored. The Lord's gonna stretch out the heavens for us numerously. You know, to a way we can't even understand. You know, we think we occupy an earth and this is big. Nah, what the Lord got planned for us is out of this world. You know, and it ultimately is all for His name's sake. Hey, but the Wadi Habashimi al Shadi, we are Yasha Allah. You know, we are Israelites. We are the princes of the power, so we can, you know, be there and inherit that. You know, be joint heirs with the destroyer of the Gentiles. You know, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, who's going to take all of this out. You know, the profitable ruler that's going to establish righteousness in the earth. You know,
Mm-hmm.
even the other nations, after they go through their stuff, man, they're gonna be good. You know, because they're not gonna live like they live today in America, or under the banner of the wicked. You know, they're gonna live for hundreds of years again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not gonna just be dying off early. You know, they're not gonna have eternal life. You know, but they ain't gonna be dying off early like they do here. They're gonna have the right foods in them. They're gonna know how to eat correct. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we're gonna go back to back when the world was eating again. You know,
That's right. Yeah.
kind of. Verse 5, it says, "In the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor." It says, "Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practice." You know? So when we come in this thing, man, we just come in meekness and then humble. It's pretty much it. It's true.
Yeah,
It just kind of branches off of us. But when we come into this thing, we come in meekness and in humbleness. You know, no kind of injurious practices. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Doing things to fulfill our belly. You know, or we'll do something for a brother just to say, "Oh, I did that for that brother." Nah, man, you come in and if the Lord put the Spirit on you, you say, "Call out Yahweh Al Shai for giving me what you gave me to putting the Spirit on me to give." You know, or even if you receive something, because a gift can destroy the heart. You know, you receive it in meekness and in humbleness, and you give praise to Yahweh Al Shai for that brother and the gift that he gave. You know, all of this got to be in sincerity and meekness. You know, that's all I got.
Yeah, man. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm talking about going off, just off the center. At the end of the day, man, like I said, man, we just want to establish order, man.
Yeah,
you know, and righteousness, man.
That's it.
You know, because as you can see, man, like I said, the more we spirit, man, the more we see, man, this place is really messed up, man. Like I said, man, we really had some dark times, man. Especially what the devil got in store, man. Because, like I said, he's really trying to really destroy his order that he's got now and bring up a new set of order, man. You know, and it's gonna be more grievous than it is now, man. You know, you know what I mean. So the freedom that delusion that you really got, like I said, man, you really gonna see what it feels like to be enslaved to, man, in a modern setting.
Exactly.
You know, so why would the devil gonna establish, man? Because it's really about to be really bad out here, man. You know, like I said, it's baby out of chaos. It's to the point that, like we said before, man. Like I said, man, the people, you think that the law is right here, as Joker said, man. Watch when the lights caught off on all that stuff. You know, these people gonna eat each other like something. They're gonna be like blue beasts, man. You know, it makes sense. You know, go back to Genesis. You know, when the Lord talk about what He put the laws in their hearts, man. You know, that's the Lord willing to make us what? Because what? You got the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. You know, that's gonna keep us in straits, man. You know, and not like beasts, man. But these people, you gonna see how they really gonna look and feel, and all logic, all common sense. It's gonna be just not. It's gonna be like, hey, the strong survive and the weak die, man. You know. Go ahead.
Real quick, I know we're closing out. Hey, I was reading this article that was talking about, hey, in the first week, hey, if we were to lose power, is what they said, millions would die. You know, hey, just because of, you gotta think about it. People gonna be killing each other. There's gonna be famine. You know, there's gonna be multiple things. You know, that's gonna just take people out because they lack of comfort, like you were saying. They not geared into this truth. You know, they weren't building themselves up for the times to come. You know, it says where there's no vision, you know, the people perish.
That's right, man.
So they don't understand what's coming. You know. That's
right. And like I said, you know, it goes more to it. You just check out just real quick, man. Like I said, and that's what Esau does, and that's what he's gonna lead a lot of people to the MOTBE, man. And you think about it, like I said, we know it's gonna happen just because, like I said, these people, like I said, they have no government about them. So like I said, you know what I mean, these even like I said, there are people, man. You know, they need to be governed, man. You know, and that's when, like I said, of course, when that time comes, we'll be out of the way, man. Like I said, we're gonna be the next true governors, man. Because like I said, we gotta govern these people.
They need it, man.
Yeah, they need it.
They need it.
Yeah, just like one at a time when they said what we need a king. You know, the Lord gave him King Saul, man.
Right.
You know,
that's beautiful, because people always have that sentiment. You know, especially, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have a ruling class mentality. You know, even amongst our people, you know, they need a little leadership. You know, we need leadership. You know, it just keeps you on track. It keeps you on the straight and narrow.
That's right.
You know, but if you don't have a righteous ruler, you know, this is what you got.
Yeah.
You know, now the ruler's trying to penetrate you and have you call him God.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's why what you're gonna, like I said before, you're gonna use the MOTBE, man. You know, and like I said, you're gonna make a league with the devil, man.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
knowing that you're supposed to ultimately follow the Most High, man. That's what the Most High, I'm gonna take you up with what the Nuclear Fire, man.
Yep.
So hey, with that was pretty much it, man. So with that, hopefully, brothers was edified. This is Great Millstone, Virginia, as always, to give you the latest news, article, and lessons to the spirit and power of Bashim Yashai. And as always, first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor due to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Krokodash. That one said that was a Great Millstone, Wolf of the truth, and of course, peace and blessings and salutation to Yakamah that is putting his truth throughout the focus of earth, so lead to the best ability, scatter the focus of the earth with them and say Shalom. Shalom. Allah. Love of Allah. Shalom.